Some people say his music is sacred, that he spouts nothing more than nasal naivete and apple pie banality. But John Denver's fans far outnumber his critics. He seems to have struck that huge responsive chord in America that longs for a simple and peaceful life. I'm Bill Huie. More about John Denver on What's It All About?
Well, I got me a pie, I got me old fiddle. When the sun's coming up, I got cakes on the griddle. Life ain't nothing but a funny, funny riddle. Thank God I'm a country boy.
Thank God I'm a country boy. Yes, sir. When I was a little kid, I used to chop cotton, and then later on I was able to drive a tractor, and I plowed some ground around Oklahoma, and then graduated on up into wheat harvest. And we worked from Texas on up into the Dakotas for a couple of summers in a row. That was really a great experience for me.
Actually, John Denver was more Army brat than country boy. Born during World War II, John Henry Duchendorf was the son of an Air Force pilot. Denver's childhood was spent moving from one military base to another. He didn't start performing as a folk singer until he was in college in the early 60s. Sometimes, amid the hassle of touring, Denver wistfully remembers his early folk singing days.
Sometimes I think I'd like to go back to that, doing concerts by myself, driving around in a car, carrying my own sound system. But then again, I think that I would not change what I'm doing now for anything in the world. Sunshine on my shoulders makes me happy. Sunshine in my eyes can make me cry.
After 5 years of playing with the Chad Mitchell Trio, Denver went solo again in 1969. Almost immediately, one of his songs went to #1 for Peter, Paul, and Mary.
I'm leaving on a jet plane. I don't know when I'll be back again. Oh, babe, I hate to go.
I love to daydream, one of my favorite things in the world. I also love to meditate, and that's kind of different than letting your mind fly away, because you kind of draw it into yourself and still the mind so that there's nothing to interrupt you, nothing to infringe upon your space.
In the 70s, John Denver became a phenomenon. His songs went to #1, his greatest hits album stayed on the charts for years. He played Lake Tahoe with Sinatra. He even did a Christmas TV special with the Muppets. Behind all of his success is one of his favorite song topics, his home life in Aspen, Colorado, with his wife, Annie.
Home is where love is. And the love in my life is a beautiful lady. Annie is all the world to me.
Be back home again. Sometimes it's so far, feels like a long lost friend. Yes, and hey, it's good to be back home again.
Back home again is an effort to communicate how incredibly excited I get about coming home and what home is to me. You see, I think that it's more than a place, it's more than the people who are there. It's a kind of awareness of who you are and where you are in life.
There's a great deal of comfort in the word home, wherever or whatever it might be. It is, as John says, much more than a place. Robert Frost said that home is the place where, when you go there, they have to take you in. It's a feeling of being accepted, even when you don't accept yourself. And it's a perfect metaphor for God. And that's what it's all about.
Country roads, take me home.